Yeah. Just
I mean,
pull a
if it makes my
Two-Face and just
feelings
flip a
better, I
coin on
wanted
it.
to do something today, but I can't. I got work.
Oh,
Why?
I had to go to a fucking exam for Halloween here.
Oh, speaking
No,
of
it was just a very scary exam.
stupid, scary shit that
Yes,
I
a
don't
prostate
find scary, but
exam.
apparently the normal, common person does. Oh no.
What?
It's the ghosts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, genuinely, Halloween ghosts fucking with all the tech.
Sure.
Oh dear. Apparently they can't hear you now.
Yeah. Now they should be able to hear me. What the okay, I did like deconstruct my computer today and move it a little bit so I could rip out the carpet underneath it. But I plugged everything back in exactly the way it was. I didn't turn it on in the meantime. God motherfucking damn it. But now it should work. I can see it working.
If
computer
you actually took your computer apart like properly, like did you earth yourself?
No, I didn't take the computer. No, I took I disconnected all the cables and the audio and the monitors, and I moved the table to rip out the. I used to have carpet flooring, and now I don't. I'm gonna post a picture of how that shit looks now, because it's not good.
Apparently everything works now, Berg. So you are good, my dude.
Very good, very good. So let me check this real quick. Come on, WhatsApp, give me the fucking picture that I took myself. You're gonna see an exclusive look at my floor in my apartment, so that's something that you should. It's almost like a complete breach of privacy. Where the fuck is it though? Oh, there it is.
Breach, but you're giving it out.
Yes, yeah, I'm breaching this myself. This is what the floor looks like after mopping it up. This is all dried glue from the carpeting. And it's like worked into the ground. This is usually where my chair is.
Yeah, you're gonna probably need to pull up those boards and put new
Those are
ones
not. That's
down.
linoleum. That's not boards. So I'm gonna have to use fucking baking soda to burn that shit out of there.
Level that is, you could probably just throw some hardwood on top of that and call it a day.
I couldn't really because I don't own this place.
Right. I forgot you're in an apartment.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Also, Heinz Guderian, I can't look at the chat right now that you sent me because I'm on a live stream and I'm not gonna risk like getting fucking child porn on here. So yeah, to repeat what I had been saying earlier.
Interesting company.
Yeah, it's Halloween. I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do on Halloween? Then it turns out it's live stream day. I found this also. Apparently today is a holiday in this state, except it's not tomorrow, like all the other states in Germany do it. But it's fucking today because this is an insane place, and so I couldn't go to the supermarket. I had to go to the fucking gas station. I found this. This is Coke Zero, but it's got cinnamon flavor. And now I'm gonna taste it. I've never seen
Coke Zero tastes like shit.
Yeah, it's it's they didn't have the usual one. I have to go to work at my pizza shop. Can't wait to hate myself 2 hours in. Hell yeah! That I wish you all the best of hating yourself, Brianna. I recognize that bedrock.
I got my insurance renewal done. 435 quid.
So yeah, probably some of you don't know what Fast Food Thursday is because you haven't. Usually, it's on the second channel. It's the live stream where all the people, my $20 plus patrons, come on and talk to me like twice a month. Yeah. That's basically it. We just sit around and talk shit. Though, considering that we are on the main channel for this special Halloween occasion, I suppose you can ask questions, and then I will not answer them myself. I will hire an Italian-American guy from Las Vegas to answer them for me on Fiverr.
Neo.
I mean, I gotta be honest that I don't really taste. I mean, I taste that there's cinnamon in this, but it's not so different from regular Coke. So I don't know.
Honestly, in my opinion, cherry vanilla is the best.
There's cherry vanilla combined?
Oh, I know what's considered scary to Germans.
Thought that was everywhere.
No. You can get cherry, you can get vanilla, but not cherry vanilla. But then again, I can't get pumpkin soda here, which apparently you can in America, so fucking...
Well, that's news to me, but then again, I am a West Coast liberal, so what would I know about such things?
Who would win, the biggest battleship ever seen or one outdated plane?
Well, it's more like 20, but alright then.
Fair
I don't
point.
get that historical reference because I was never really interested in the weapons part of it, but I'm assuming... I mean, it's a French plane. What's it gonna do, innit?
No, it's British. And
Well, it's
the
got
ship's
French
German.
flag on it, so...
No, that it does. Or like, yeah, well, it's hard to see because it's behind.
It's
behind
the
wing,
way
but
they
it's a-
are, yeah.
Actually, it might
That's
not
all.
actually be a French flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a swordfish. They were responsible for jamming the rudder on Bismarck, causing it to go into circles, allowing the fleet to catch it up. Because, you know, that man who should not be named decided, oh, big giant weapons are the way to go. Let's put all our resources into singular vehicles.
So yeah, Fast Food Thursday in principle is just really nothing interesting ever happening. Aside from sometimes someone posts weird memes, or we get into deep philosophical discussion about something that's very intellectual, only to then laugh at someone saying the N-word. Out of the blue, by the way, not
Yeah,
even
that's
in
pretty
context.
accurate.
It's not a joke, it's just somebody going at it. And then that's comedy. So this is basically the best
The
podcast in the
N-word,
world.
you mean nom nomus domine?
Ave Maria, Deus vote.
Deus volt.
Deus fault.
Really, we are the more intellectual version of Chapo. I mean, it has to be said. This is the true leftist podcast.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You say that, but 1/4 of this leftist podcast is pretty right wing.
I am aware, but also, I mean, that does... Listen, just because 1/4 of this podcast is also pretty autistic doesn't make it an autistic podcast, isn't it?
Hey,
the term is special needs.
Oh no, okay, 3/4 of this podcast are autistic. Fuck. I misjudged this situation entirely. Yeah, okay, no, Coke is... I mean, yeah, Coke isn't so great. But
Speaking of autism, I had an argument against one of my work colleagues because she went as Harley Quinn, and I was like, okay, is this like movie slut Harley Quinn or actual Harley Quinn?
I'm sorry, what did you post right there and why?
You said autism, and I just put
Okay.
an autistic image up.
That does look pretty autistic, yeah. Moxie. I've never had Moxie, actually, Kashi. I want Wolf Cola with actual
Cola?
cocaine, so I can
Oh,
fucking. They should do that on Binging with Babish. It's just he gets like Coca-Cola, and then he puts fucking cocaine in it, and that's a great episode of that show that actually happened.
oh, have you guys heard of Popcoin?
I have not.
is this another
It's
Bitcoin?
no, it's like you get popcorn and you put cocaine in it.
Okay, I'm not a big popcorn fan. So,
Popcoin.
This is supposed to be a Halloween special, everyone.
Yeah, high Australian culture.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halloween, at my work, your scary stuff. It goes. We have 14 lines, but a 13 line doesn't exist. Like, because they're all
Damn.
suspicious, and it's just like, oh my god.
It's such...
Doesn't matter what you color line 14 as, it's line 13 to me.
I'm gonna post something that's very scary to Dutch people, and that's actual tomatoes.
Ooh.
And that's gonna be my contribution to this Halloween.
Ooh.
I'm pretty, like, honestly, the whole situation about Halloween in this fucking state, right? Every single state in Germany, the 1st of November is a holiday. Except in the one that I live in.
You guys get holidays for Halloween?
I mean,
No, it's the 1st of November, it's the Catholic, fucking
Mexico, so
All Saints Day or something.
Even the South.
Dia de
Then.
los Muertos.
But here is but this is like the thing where they go, oh, so it's always convenient because the day after Halloween is free, so you can, go out and party and get drunk and then be hungover. Except in this fucking disgusting place that no one should ever come to, where we have even the least holidays of any place of all states in the whole of Germany. And then they have a vote on... Last year they had a vote on which fucking day they're going to turn into a holiday. And they make it the 31st. Living in SH is horrifying anyway. Okay, Ali Chakra, you have me concerned. How have you extrapolated where I live?
Can't stop.
Finally
I like
found
watching
my
the student in the
spooky,
description.
basically just
contribution. It's
using-
not quite spooky, but it is one of my favorites.
Say that again. I didn't hear it first half.
Finally found my contribution to the chat. It's not quite spooky, but it is one of my favorites.
You can't know anime, mate.
Okay, I'm gonna read this green text out loud. Let me explain this. 1788. Austrians make a camp just before crossing the river. The emperor decides not to be fucked by eventual Ottoman snipers and sends a scouting unit with hussars and foot soldiers and all that shit. These geniuses come across a merry band of gypsies and gently accept a little drink. And another. And another. Soon the gypsy camp is filled with drunk gypsies and drunk hussars fucking around. Foot soldiers reach the gypsy camp, find the scouting commander drunk under the table, and try to relinquish command as the other is clearly beyond the point of scouting anything apart from his dick. The word insubordination comes out of his drunken mouth. Hussars rise to protect their leader. One of the gypsies' tents falls under the brawl. What is this shite? Okay, is this shit even real? .jpg. A huge brawl erupts as the gypsies, hussars, and foot soldiers start kidding each other. Someone too drunk to define where the mission ended and the party heart began shout, "You're a fucking Turkish fucking idiot." What? People begin shouting that there are Ottoman spies in the crowd. People start shooting. The emperor hears the catastrophic melee from across the river, thinks the scout have engaged the enemy, commands the remaining 10,000 troops to charge. Mayhem ensues. Someone even fires the artillery and decimates the royal guard by accident. When the battle is over, the emperor somehow notices there are no Ottomans in the field, drops spaghetti, runs. See, try writing this in like a serious novel as like part of the law, or just something that happens, and people will just fucking kick you out. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, if
Nobody
you
would take your work seriously ever again.
You know what was another?
In fact,
great
there's actually
movie
there's a Clone War episode which does something like that, where they're attacking themselves and they realize halfway through that they're just killing their own man.
Yeah,
but
but it
that's-
was
They all look the same, so.
Yeah, fair point.
Imagine if the actor that they had chosen had been an Asian guy. That would have been so fucking racist. Damn.
Well, I recently noticed. You know how Marvel has Wakanda? Well, it turns out DC have a similar city, only it's Gorilla City in Africa.
I'm sorry, what?
I shit you not, there's a Gorilla City in DC.
Get days off you. Yeah, but that's wait. Is this a meme that you made for your thing? What is the
Yeah.
exam about
No,
that you have?
126 was engineering computation.
Sounds pretty difficult.
You know, talking of the whole Wakanda thing, right? When I sat down and watched Black Panther, or way back when, I think it was about a year after the movie came out, and people were like raving about it still and whatnot, right? I took a
Way
different.
back when? A year ago? Your estimation of time is pretty
Way back when.
I've only been awake since like 2 in the afternoon. Give me a minute here.
I stayed up
anyway.
all night to go to my exam, came home, went to bed, got up at midnight.
Oh yeah, why the fuck are you still awake if you have an exam, dude?
Oh, no, Australia, so Halloween was yesterday.
This is very confusing.
Anyway, like I was saying, right? So when I saw it for the first time, I took away from it a different viewpoint of like what the movie was about that I didn't see anyone else take from it. And like the way I looked at it was, it seemed to be kind of almost a compare and contrast of African American culture versus African culture.
I mean, I've not seen the film, so I couldn't. That might be true.
So you're speaking into a void here. I just know.
I haven't seen a single Marvel film in many years. Like, at some point, I'm gonna get high as shit and watch them. But until that day comes, I'm just gonna watch reruns of fucking Barney.
League. That's all I've been doing.
I mean, I've mainly just been playing Witcher 2 for the past couple days since I recently managed to nab it for about $3.
But
Nice.
why? That's my question, is why don't you play Witcher 3?
I have Witcher 3, but I wanted to play Witcher 2 first.
That is an understandable impulse, although, like, Witcher... Actually, yeah, play Witcher, the whole entirety of Witcher 2 first, because Witcher 3 is just so much fucking better. It's just, in every conceivable way, The Witcher 3 is better.
It's
Oh,
like
it's not-
watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and then someone saying, have you watched the original? The original has its charm, but you should watch it before you watch Brotherhood.
Here's the thing, right? I watched Brotherhood before I watched original. They're both good. I just hate original because of the ending. That's it. Also, Conqueror of Shambhala is just kind of shit.
Why is The Witcher
I can't be bothered
trending?
to watch the same anime twice.
Probably because the guy who writes it did some oopsies or something.
That was a bit ago, wasn't it?
Oh, they actually,
Well, they did
speaking
another
of The
oopsie.
Witcher, they apparently have announced the official date when the series is coming out.
I
and
just
it's the
saw it.
20th of December, which is pretty cool.
I
Is this
think
Netflix?
Henry Cavill's actually doing an okay job from what I've seen in the trailer.
I wouldn't trust the trailer for that. I have very high expectations for this show. I have very high expectations because I really like The Witcher as a franchise. So I am pretty excited to see it. I know the showrunners are competent, but yeah. Like, there's a lot of things about the Witcher series that I found, like, odd choices. But let's roll with it and see where it goes, because it might still be very good.
I mean, like, Satyr Succubi was kind of an interesting way to go, but they did that.
I'm sorry,
Although
they
I
did
think that
what
was in the
now?
third.
Please explain what you are saying with your mouth words right there.
Wasn't that in the third game? Like they had succubi, but they kind of looked like satyrs a little bit.
Because they're supposed to be demonic.
The fuck is this?
Like that's probably more original to what a succubus is supposed to look like, according to like your old biblical art.
Yeah.
Well, that's no fun.
So I know what you mean. Yeah, no, they have succubi that looks like, yeah, okay, I see, no, okay, yeah, don't they have those in the previous games also?
I wouldn't know because I haven't played the first one, and I'm only like maybe about 30
Why did
minutes
you
into
post a picture of a
second one, so.
vampire chick? What is that?
Okay, I guess not Halloween then.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, I forgot for a minute that it was Halloween. No, but here's one of those things about fucking Halloween. It's no longer like spooky. Nowadays, it's about like the spooky, scary skeleton aesthetic, like the whole of October. It's not.
The thing about Halloween is what scared our past does not scare us now. If you actually want to be full Halloween, dress as an Al Qaeda member.
No, I mean, but like, especially in America, people don't dress up as scary shit anymore. It's just costumes now. Which, I mean, that's what fucking Carnival is for, right? That's what you do in, like, the early year, in late winter to, like, spring.
Okay.
Don't
You want to
fucking
know
just
what I
dress
wanted
up.
to do if I could go out for Halloween tonight?
What would you do?
I wanted to dress as a school shooter.
See,
Which they should make. They should make my a culture is not a costume thing with like a white guy who kind of looks like Elliot Roger, and
I
this
have
is
a
a
black
school
trench
shooter.
coat, and I also have this T-shirt that says Alcatraz Psycho Ward Outpatient on it.
Yeah, but that's like old school shooter, right? Old school shooter. Goddamn fucking kid.
Yes, but that's still pretty funny.
Yeah, it's one of the classic ones. But those were they really incels though? I feel like that's a different genre of school shooter, right? That's like the progenitors, the pioneers of the practice, really.
Yeah, like
wouldn't dressing up as George III scare Americans?
Probably not.
When a King of England comes around and pushes you around, well, you want that, Lisa? Dear? It's so funny. The irony is, America's probably closer to a traditional monarchy than England is.
You know, this is actually true.
Like, they have political dynasties. Yeah. We don't have that over here.
Like, well, but like, let's be honest though, you do have political dynasties, just like in proper politics. Like, all of the people that are on top in Britain are descended of people that have been on top in Britain.
They don't name themselves like,
for a long time. Yeah, just because they don't because they don't drag as much media attention, because they don't necessarily all become the head of state. I mean, there is such a thing as the House of Lords.
Yeah, I hate that. That's annoying. Like, apparently there was like a decision on like allowing the Jews and like Catholics into the Lords, like they do with the Anglican, and it baffles me. It's like, didn't you like purge the ever-living crap out of Catholics, and now you give them a seat in power?
What the fuck, dude?
Fucking Henry VIII.
Like, if you're gonna be traditionalist, at least keep the Catholics out.
My favorite thing is that the Queen isn't allowed to go into the House of Commons.
Well, that's because they were.
Yeah, exactly. Because some like one regent went in there and it basically almost destroyed the monarchy.
Well,
you're also not allowed to. I think you're also not allowed to die.
He kept dissolving Parliament, and then they're like, "All right, do that again, and it's going to be a civil war." So he does it again.
Yeah, once again, a person who texted me on Discord, I cannot read your message because we can't do this.
Okay, so now that we're on the subject of politics, right? This is one I wanted to talk about on a live stream one of these days. Is Now, I know that most of the people in this chat would be for this, so it's not really a question of whether or not you're for or against, but whether or not it would be even a realistic option, which is a nonpartisan democracy.
So
That's just a whole lot of big words.
you
Yeah,
mean
it's
like a
just-
parliamentary system? Because I mean that is possible on account of that is how that happens.
Kind of, but it's more like no political parties whatsoever.
You can't.
I'm not
Because
sure that you can't,
Pa-
but you would
party-
fundamentally
parties
have to
never-
change a few things around.
Parties
think-
never were part of the system from get-go. They just formed out of how democracy works.
No, like the idea of parties is that you would have certain agendas that like you wouldn't
all
vote
agree
for
on.
people, but you would vote for agendas, and like the parties would make sure that the agendas and not the people are what is actually the directive. But that doesn't always work in the way that it's supposed to.
So we should leave? No, we should not leave. And thus, Brexit kerfuffle has happened. Like, this whole Brexit is ripping conservatives.
Yeah, but
apart.
let's be honest though, British politics is mostly partisan. Like you have the Lib Dems, but like, come on. Yeah,
I
come
think
on.
they'll kick back. I think they're going to make a massive surge in this coming election. Yes, we're going to have another fucking election. Like, in fucking December. Like, I'm like, this is a ploy because everyone's going to be more concerned about the holidays, so there's less people voting. So more of the diehards who always vote for you will be the ones that vote. I think this is my conspiracy theory.
I actually
I'll be
forgot to
perfectly
vote.
honest,
We had a
so-
vote for the mayor of my city, and I forgot to go.
Yes, the man who preaches about Americans voting forgets to vote.
Honestly,
Well, it
there
was just for the mayor of this fucking country ass shit
There
town.
was like a
The mayor of the
governor
country.
of my local area, like right before I moved, and I decided not to vote just because I was going to be moving inside of a week and didn't think it was right to do so.
I mean, the guy that I wanted to vote for wouldn't have won anyway. Like, he's been. This is a guy from, like, a joke party called Florian Wrobel. He has this campaign ad posted somewhere where I pass by often, and it just says that he will roll joints for people who vote for him. And I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Well, you just lost out on a joint.
I can just pretend that I voted for him. He's not going to watch this live stream.
What if he did?
Yeah, and a single tear that rolls down his eye.
Hey, Burger, can I get
could
you
have got it
some
in.
thoughts on AIU? AIU is still a thing? I've not heard of AIU in like 1,000 fucking years, my man.
What's AIU?
Oh, AIU is Atheism is Unstoppable. He's the kangaroo guy.
Right, that dude. I haven't even thought
I've-
about that.
The irony is, atheism
Yeah.
has been dipping slightly in anywhere but Europe.
I mean,
Like,
most
what
of the
is
kids
that-
I know are
What is
atheists.
it about
West,
people walking into a bar, unloading lead, making people religious? It's like God is not going to stop those bullets.
Yeah, so he was like a really fucking like a Nazi level guy as far as I remember him. But I think it was like the proto-Nazi atheist. The proto-conservative atheist from whence all the others took their blueprint from. And I think for a while he even did good videos, but he became like, you know how Steve Shives used to do good videos? And then
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah,
feminism
I've-
happened. The same is apparently true for AIU. I've never actually watched one of his videos, so I might be just telling people what other people have been telling me. So yeah, apparently he used to do good videos, and then like fucking Nazism happened. And AIU is the dude who said a year was the year of the docs, then proceeded to get doxed himself. I mean, he was right
Yes, it
about
was.
that, apparently.
Hey, on the earlier topic of partisan shit, Britain might have a lot of partisan in their politics, but they got nothing on the U.S. at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
some of the
think
fucking...
the best thing about Brexit is it's made a lot of people disillusioned with the current like two political parties.
Which I think is the same thing that Trump has been doing for America to a degree.
Honestly, here's the thing. I was hoping that was going to happen after he ended up in office, but really,
But he started doing the shit he said he was going to do.
He didn't, though.
He's trying and he gets railroaded. That's the problem.
No, dude. What the fuck?
That wall is going.
He's just an idiot who doesn't actually know what he wants. That's the thing.
Look, as long as that wall goes up, it's a victory.
Oh yeah, that is happening. The wall definitely is coming.
I mean, personally, I think the wall's a waste of money. I'm glad that he put a bit more on the border, right? I'm in support of that, but the wall, it's just not really going to do much.
He was sick of being called racist by Anon anime avatars. Well, that's kind of ironic, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know much about AIU. I don't know if he's still around. My thoughts on him is that I haven't actually watched any. Maybe I saw him on Drunken Peasants once or something, but I don't actually. Trump Brexit are symptoms of polarization arguably caused aggravated by the internet. No, the internet is just where we have the discourse now. That's just where we have the conversation.
Yeah,
and maybe we can have the conversation in ways that we were not able to before, but that's hardly the internet's fault.
The internet allows you to say you're a fucking cunt without being jumped on by bouncers.
Have you been to Australia?
I'd rather not. That's why we send our prisoners.
I really want to go to Australia.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
I just want the fucking pirate party to get in power.
Oh, I used to vote for the Pirate Party all the time. That was actually the very first political party that I voted for when I was 18. But yeah, in Germany they became like... They stopped caring about the things that the Pirate Party's supposed to care about, and went full-on identity politics. So I started to... they're still better than most parties, but it's just, I can vote for fucking, Volt over these people or some shit. I don't even... Go to New Zealand. Yeah, I also want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to both. How about that? How about several of them? Not really blaming the internet, just pointing out how it can be used and abused to affect vast numbers of people. Yeah, but it used to be that the only people with the power to fucking affect vast numbers of people were rich people who were, or governments who were able to produce propaganda films. So it's the whole process of political propaganda has just become to a degree democratized and put in the hands of more people through the internet.
For many people that believe lies on the internet are also people looking up and finding out the truth. It's just a tool like any other.
It's
Honestly,
people...
It's like a gun. You can walk into school and shoot everyone up, or you could mount it on a plinth because it's a piece of history.
I'm not sure all guns are a piece of history, to be honest. I gotta be straight with you there. I don't think that's technically speaking accurate.
I'm coming from a historian point of view. I like my history pieces. Why would I want to own modern firearms? Fuck that. I want an MP40.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Because I like the idea of ripping my fingers off with the own.
Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to vote this year just because I don't want to vote for...
No. If you have that attitude and you don't like anyone on it, take your vote, scroll on it, and then it gets counted.
Oh, don't do that.
State, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's basically saying none of the above.
Right in puking dog, though. That's...
I said to my grandmother, because she's got really... She doesn't like any parties. It says what you do is you take the vote, as it were, and you write on it "Happy Holidays," considering it will be December. So whoever's counting that will see that. It gets voided, but you also make someone slightly happy that day. Because at the end of the day, it's still 1 March.
They've got a great fucking system in Australia.
It's not that I
Wait.
don't like anyone, right?
But
I
like,
don't-
okay, so I know that the
but
Australian
I don't
system
wanna
is
support
great.
The fucking Democrats.
Oh, it's not. I mean, like, not the thing I'm about to say, because if you like scribble on it and put it in, the vote counts towards whoever's in power. So that probably actually got like a shit ton of votes for the Liberals.
I'm not sure that. Wait,
That's
what?
a terrible system.
Hmm.
That is the weirdest system that I have ever heard of. I know that you have ranked choice voting, and for some reason you still manage to fuck it up.
I know, right?
But yeah, I'm totally on board with the democratizing influence of the internet, but pretending it's all good and leading to good things would be a naive point of view. I mean, yeah.
Well, that's the same with nuclear energy.
I mean, it's never quite as simple as that. But it's like people pretend that anti-vaxxers are just a new thing that happened because of the internet. It's just no. There's always been crazy people, and there's always been people who've believed in crazy things. And so, of course, there's gonna be such people on the internet also. That's just what happens.
Yeah, but now we can laugh at them.
Yeah, that's the main difference, is that now we can make fun of
Yeah,
them.
like the idiot that's in Minecraft prison right now.
What?
He posted, like, gore in the Edgy channel just for a vibe check. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Neither do I.
Maybe it's.
I don't think anyone
I
does.
don't know.
And it's like, okay.
It's like saying, I think it's the internet equivalent of just saying, no, it's just a prank, bro.
Isn't the internet equivalent of saying that just saying it's just a prank, bro?
I don't know. I try and get away from places that are always full of that 24/7. It drove me mental. That's why I stopped watching Saturday.
I want to go get a beer.
Oh shit.
I'm running out of horror. I'm realizing a lot of the shit in my image is just monster girls. And that's not exactly horror.
Depends who you ask.
Oh,
Was he
speaking of who,
fucking
on who you ask, I basically I told my grandmother
Because
like
what is Fast Food Thursday if I don't drink at least one beer?
But I was explaining like how men will actually date almost anything. It's like, and I used the example of spider girls are a thing on the internet, and it made her shiver. She was like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
So I would like to disagree with you, but I do think that there are a lot of men who would definitely like date a spider girl. That
Well,
is
that's just an example. Like there are men out there that'll date anything.
But although to be fair, there are also women who would do that. Let's be straight about that. Or like
Yeah.
people who are looking for very specific things. Which maybe in the future, as technology... Oh my god damn it.
Let me guess, you spilled it on
How
yourself
am I
again.
a 24-year-old German man who still doesn't know how to pour a fucking beer? God damn.
God, I'm feeling old.
Oh, fucking bring back that picture of the girl completely missing the cup.
The what?
Cursed
Oh, the
be
fucking
thy
first
fucking
anime
name.
chick you put in.
God
Just-
damn.
I finally found something spooky to contribute.
You mean Romelia? I have a lot of that.
Oh god.
In fact, let's
Spooks
play a
incoming.
game. Let me go on properties on my image folder.
Oh no, what the fuck?
But it's good beer though, so I like it. What is happening?
9.4 gig.
Oh, holy shit.
I don't entirely understand what the context of this Star Trek meme is, to be honest.
I don't either. I just found
it's
it one day
spooky.
and kept it.
It's not spooky, it's just confusing as shit.
Oh, you got the
Pentagram.
star, you got the Satan.
I mean,
Why
even
is Spock summoning Satan, though?
The only logical choice, I guess.
So if you draw a pentagram on the ground, and then you just stand in it,
I think he
put your
chants.
hands out. Oh yeah, we just need to figure out what to chant.
No, that'd get me banned. Why is that in this folder?
It's probably the N-word in the chant, though, so we shouldn't do it.
Did he fucking at everyone in the Minecraft prison?
Oh my
Wait, I'm
God.
sorry, he what now?
I've just got a mention in Minecraft prison.
That's not possible. No, the only people who can
No,
at
it's
everyone are me and
Heinz,
the
it's not him
viziers.
himself. It's Heinz. Wanted to know where the cunt is.
No, but he shouldn't be able to at everyone either.
Oh no, I didn't set you.
Oh, it's just the beer I'm drinking is just this one, Simple Störtebeker Bernsteinweizen. It's one of my favorite beers, actually. It's just a very high quality Weizen from up here.
Okay, this might come in bad quality. I'm gonna try posting it, but let's see what happens.
Okay.
Because it's one of those long ass green text, so I don't know how well it'll be able to like load when you zoom in on it.
Ah, it's gonna be terrible.
Probably not well.
That's not a green text. That's just a
No,
chick
that was
with-
me. I guess.
Oh damn, that is
Ready?
yeah. No, this is not gonna work at all. Well, it is actually well visible. You just can't see it on screen. This is way too long
Yeah,
though, and
no.
I'm not reading it. Unless
Okay.
this gets very boring, in which case I totally will read it out loud.
Long-winded ones usually are.
It's probably...
Okay, there is an open original thing on it, and you can zoom in on it
Yeah.
as well. I'm not
yeah,
saying
nah, that's
read it
still
though. If
no
you don't
good.
want to, that's fine.
Actually, if you do
So
open
the,
original, you can read it pretty well.
So the new Discord statuses are great.
Oh yeah, I've not quite mastered them yet. I want to like put like cool and ironic statements, but I think that sometimes it's difficult to make them come off as ironic. Like when you post that shit on Twitter, people just assume that you're not actually trying to add anything of value to the discussion because that's just what Twitter is. But I feel like no such culture has yet established itself with Discord statuses. So when I say, how about Elvis Epstein, people don't see the highly intelligent play about Epstein having been spotted in several locations after his death. But isn't it really just his janitor that kind of looks like Epstein?
That was long-winded.
Yeah, it's
Man, it sounded like you're just really mad that people didn't get your joke.
I am always mad at that. But, like, most of the time, I don't get my own jokes, so, like, I'm not smart enough to understand. Like, one half of my brain just is not intelligent enough to understand the other. I was literally today, I was laughing for half an hour at just thinking about a situation where a guy goes, "Hey, how about we go behind the dumpster and I suck your dick?" And the other person goes, "Actually, I'm a woman, so I don't really have a penis." And then she tries to explain to him that she's a woman, but he just doesn't understand it, and just continues to insist that he's gonna have gay sex with her because she's a dude. And I was laughing at that for half an hour, even though it's just not funny in the slightest. So that is what happens when I'm not making videos. I'm just sitting in my room laughing at dumb shit.
Burger turns off his camera, fucking walks onto his bed and starts laughing maniacally for half an hour.
Yes.
What the
Look at these fools that
fuck?
pay me money for literally none content.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this, dude? I mean, what the wait! This guy, he actually just looks like an Oblivion character. This is not even like an exaggeration. Which one is the real one? I mean, what the fuck? Stop. You violated the law. It kind of looks like if you slanted the eyes a little bit more, he would look like the fucking the adoring fan.
Oh god!
Why is this so funny?
Yes. It's not a fast food Thursday if we don't post a meme that's like kind of funny and laugh at it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, at least he knows he's not an NPC.
Well, I mean, he might still be. That also I could imagine being an NPC in fucking. He'd be looking kind of sexy, though. Okay.
The one that keeps trying to offer you skooma.
My favorite, my favorite character of all the fucking Elder Scrolls games is Maik the liar, who goes, Maik wishes you a pleasant day, and it's like, fuck you, dude. Just what did I ever do to you? I was just running around here up in the mountains, and you just showed up for no reason. That's all that happened.
I don't know, I think I hate that Azim character that's constantly, oh, I bet you've never been to the Cloud City, or whatever the fuck it was, and it just...
Have you come to the Cloud District often? Oh, what am I
that's
saying?
the one.
Of course you don't.
Yeah. Okay, and all the snobby
Cloud
kids.
City's fucking best bit. Wrong universe.
It's like, even with, like, Nazim, oh, do you go to the Cloud District very often? It's like, yeah, it's not only is it on my way to the palace, I'm the Dragonborn, you may have heard, but also, I mean, it's not like it's such a vast distance away from the center of town. It's literally going up one stairwell. I think everyone has been to the fucking Cloud District, you absolute clown.
What I think's funny is like he's so worthless. You can kill him, then just tell God, "Oh, I'm the Jarl."
I do want a new Elder Scrolls game though, like a proper one. Because I get there's some we just do expansions for Elder Scrolls Online, and I hate it so much. But I don't think Bethesda should make the new Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how they fuck up this one.
Obsidian.
Yeah, honestly, I have to like wrestle with myself to not get Outer Worlds in the Microsoft Store, because god damn does that game look great.
The what?
The Outer Worlds. What is happening?
Oh, the Outer World, yeah, that New Oblivion game.
What the fuck?
One of my friends got a PC off a like sketchy eBay guy, and he's can't play this game. He's not reading his graphics card, and we're like, all right, send us a picture of the PC. He sends us a picture, and we're like, your graphics card is diagonal. Is it plugged in?
How do you even do that?
They somehow managed to like put it in the slot on the left where you screw it in, but miss the fucking port. Even though the case is designed to make that impossible.
Respect.
Just hanging there.
Oh my god.
It's not gonna happen, Burger. Bethesda has fallen, we all know it. Yes, that is unfortunately true, but I still want it to happen. There's so many, like, fucking old... I really hope that some of these old franchises get saved as the AAA industry just fucking dies, and Elon Musk buys the copyright to the Elder Scrolls for, like, $15. of Todd Howard's desiccated corpse that is somehow still talking and trying to be cute on the E3 stage because nobody goes to E3 anymore. God damn. What is this?
How I wish. How I wish.
The new Steam update is so weird. I am so insanely confused. I just will never open it again. I will never go on Steam again.
Yeah, there's no... I'm so used to going library games.
And it's just... I was there and I was like, wait, didn't I leave the home? Like, what the fuck is this?
What a game, so... I want to just... But how do I... By recent... I want to sort this by recent. It's my games... I always try to sort them... Okay, recent activity. There we go. Like, it looks nice, but this whole thing... It's
so
just...
I can't go... Instead of going library to games, software, or tools, I have to tick game, software, and tools individually.
So when War Thunder's saying, you've played an initial 287 hours, would you like to revise your review? No. My review is not recommend. It's one of those addictive spiral games, and like I can't get out, but I'm warning other people don't.
Yeah.
Hey, Burger, I'm leaving this choice up to you. I'm unfortunately going to have to get going to work, and I can still talk on the stream, but I am going to have to do it while on a bicycle next to a busy freeway. Do you want me to just leave?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, if I might just mute you for a while if it goes wrong, but like, stay on. Just use GOG, man. Yeah, I use GOG, but
like
get the sword armor.
Like,
Yeah,
I hate that I got into War Thunder. There's no other competitor.
No! Oh, for fuck! Goddamn! This is. I mean, at this point, it is just sad.
He opened
It
a
is
bottle.
sad to a point where we just shouldn't be goddamn sad anymore. That wasn't even a beer bottle. Those were two entirely unrelated bottles that just fell off my goddamn table. Oh my Jesus!
It's the ghosts, the Halloween
Christ.
ghosts.
What is going on today?
They're moving your fucking cups. They're fucking up your audio.
God, I just want to die now.
Have you ever been tested for downs?
I have been tested for ups, and I definitely have it. If I use GOG... No, I do like the new Steam layer. I have to say, I do like the way it looks. And I think when I get used to it, I will not be wanting to go back to the old one. Because it does look pretty cool. Also, I can't wait for Planet Zoo to unlock. Because I really want to play that fucking game. And I didn't get to play it during beta. Because they had this fucking bullshit online market for all the animals. Yeah. Who thought that was gonna be a good idea? Just ANCAP animal trading on the internet.
I mean, they have like a Bitcoin cat mobile
When
game.
was the last time any AAA publisher had a good idea other than CD Projekt?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I see your point there.
I've had an argument with a friend that he was telling me that Square Enix isn't AAA, and I'm like, the fuck?
Square Enix, more like Circle Enix. It's the level of comedy that you can expect from these live streams.
Unpopular opinion, I did not like Final Fantasy 15.
I haven't played any Final Fantasy game.
Oh, same.
I've played 6 and that's it.
Well, that's why they peaked, so don't bother with any others.
I mean, I might play 7.
CD Projekt Red is middle market. No. It's not fucking... It's literally they published the biggest AAA RPG of all time. And then they're gonna do the next one. They even have their own scandals. Like CD Projekt Red mistreats its employees. They can play with the big boys. They just don't do it as much as EA does, and they actually make good games.
See, while normal studios are like your silencer to the back of the head of the employees, EA is your fully automatic machine gun.
It's just the
Okay,
office
The
shooting.
Russian commissar.
There's only two
it's
developers
like-
at this
what-
point.
Well,
who I
well,
trust.
well, Blizzard and other studios that are like up there, but not EA, they're like Stalingrad, whereas EA is the Somme.
Oh, I wish I knew what this
Okay.
one was.
I'm just gonna say this: there's only two developers who I trust at this point: CD Projekt Red and Deep Silver.
I don't trust any.
Oh.
I don't even trust Paradox, and I keep buying that stupid shit.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Paradox fan,
Oh.
and they do a lot of shit wrong, yeah. But they also do a lot of shit right. I'm trying to buy more RAM so I can play City Skylines.
Oh my god, I load that thing up, and it's just like, this was a mistake.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're just gonna
it's like-
it's gonna
'cause
take
I
half an
missed
hour to
one
load,
mod.
and then it's gonna be 20 gigabytes big because there's so many mods installed.
Me and the Stellaris crew.
City Skylines is like the city builder equivalent of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Mods on mods.
I gotta replace my brakes because right now I just really got hit by a goddamn jeep.
Okay. Can you also live stream
Oh.
with your camera though?
Can we have a on-stream death? Wouldn't that be?
That will probably do wonders for views. Which is the only thing I care about, really.
Oh, fucking drop a tenner in
this-
the
this
super
is
chat if you want to see Fries fucking dive into
the
the.
new
fucking highlight.
Call of Duty, like this is it right now, like that, because it's got cross play.
Mm.
Console kitty is getting wrecked.
That's
People
that
on
is
PC.
that's like just a complete boomer meme, frankly.
Yeah,
Insane.
but
I am a boomer. I'm older than you.
I am fairly young, yeah.
I mean, you're older than me, Berg. At least I think you are.
How old are you?
23.
Oh, well then I am older than you. Yeah, I'm 24.
In 30 days, I'll be 26.
Damn. RIP, I suppose.
Yeah, man.
All
Might
the
not make it to
cool
immortality,
fucking
brothers.
all the cool patrons are fucking doing their own things now.
Tread your words
okay,
carefully,
maybe I'll
boy.
unsub from your fucking Patreon.
I post one boomer meme, and I get this shit.
There's only two cool patrons, and one of them is like Cody, and the other one's Cody. So the two Codys are the only cool patrons that exist. Let's be honest. It's not even like I'm not even cool on this stream. I'm not a cool patron.
How do I
Because
cancel Patreon, by the way?
This is because I've cancelled many. Mostly to hentai artists. I just realised
Of
one
course
day,
you
like,
fucking would.
why the hell am I up to so
Can't
many?
you just get that for free?
Yeah, but you could also get my content for free. So
Yeah, but I couldn't like sit on this.
this is really
Podcast
worth
and
$20
be a
a
fucking
month to
dickhead.
you. This for that like 4 hours a month for which you have to stay up late of not even
Yeah.
talking about anything substantial.
I don't know. I mean, I pay
You've
50.
convinced me. I'll fucking start on.
I
I really want.
I pay 50 quid on a different person for just because hero units in their live streams on Star Wars.
Nice.
For $20 a month, you can join a stream with Burger where he tries and convinces you to unsubscribe from.
Oh, yeah.
I get like fucking every day I open my emails, I'm like, hopefully no one is unsubscribed from Patreon. But then I realize that Patreon doesn't actually send me those emails. Because you have to look it up on the Patreon site, so that's why I never go. Unless a new episode of Comtown comes out, in which case I do, and it's like, oh no, lost $20 again this month.
90% of my fucking subreddits are related to porn.
Of course.
Yes.
When you try and find
Honestly, the only
news
ones I'm
about
even.
Europa, and you're like, oh wait, no, I've got all these fucking porn shit upvoted.
Bro, you're gonna have a
You
fucking
know, it's
hard
actually
time
an
this
interesting
month.
subreddit, believe it or not.
You think I
There is
partake
a-
in that? Jesus.
Okay,
No,
there is a
November.
subreddit that I am a part of, and it is devoted to Nerf guns.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh god, I'm
Yeah,
not that
like
sad.
specifically, I'm talking modifications and shit. Like they do some weird ass shit to
Yeah,
this.
good shit.
I mean, I
Okay,
might be, I might follow EU4 dad jokes, but I'm not sad enough to follow Nerf guns.
Modifying
Like, dude,
a
there's
Nerf
even a
gun to make a fucking lethal firearm.
No, Dale, you're not hijacking NaNoWriMo. I'm doing NaNoWriMo. Everyone stop hijacking November for your own things. It's NaNoWriMo. Maybe it can be Movember, but it's not going to be not November. It's not going to be fucking Gamorimo, okay? God damn.
How about it's just no Vember?
It's just, it doesn't exist.
No.
Wait, if we
Cancel
delete November,
November.
that means I'll live forever because I won't have a birthday.
Can we actually
Hack the
knock
system.
off a few months?
It's like,
as
honestly, right?
leap month.
You should have a child on a leap year day. That way they live 4 times longer.
Yeah, that is how that works.
Oh, but also, how many years before they're allowed to drink?
That is
well,
a
I don't-
difficult thing.
Well, I don't drink anyway, so I don't see the sacrifice there.
So, here's Captain Frantic. Here's the how you can remedy your performance anxiety for NaNoWriMo. Just do drugs. Just do drugs.
Drugs are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
I realized that we're on the main channel, so I should probably say with the caveat: don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad, and not
Unless
good.
it's legal in your country, in which case do as much as you want.
That is true, but
What
also
was
don't
that?
do
Your
drugs.
my father was a drug dealer video.
He wasn't really. This is a hypothetical.
So what
Was it
you,
really?
what I took away from that video was, if your dad is Lex Luthor, are you evil?
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the question, right? But like, if you benefit from the Lex Luthor things,
I mean,
Or
Lex Luthor's
if your
not a
dad
bad
is
guy.
the Joker.
no,
The
don't
Joker's
get
just
drugs
rising
to
up
get
against
don't
society.
do psychedelics or drugs to gain creativity. Do like productivity drugs, not cocaine. That gets you too pumped to write. But like fucking, I don't know,
Unless you're
Ritalin,
Hunter S. Thompson.
Ritalin, modafinil, those kinds of things.
Man, you sound quite experienced.
How do you think I maintain my life? I work like fucking 12 hours a day. How do you think I maintain this lifestyle without taking the weekends off, man? I don't actually do as many drugs as some people might think, but
Hey, Berg, are you familiar with the video that Joe Rogan did a while back about the schedule of Hunter S. Thompson?
I did not, but it sounds very interesting.
Let me put it this way. The guy did more cocaine than you would ever think, including at one point in his schedule adding snort cocaine seriously.
I'm not a fan of cocaine, though. I gotta be honest. I don't find. I mean, I have a deviated septum, so I can get an aneurysm from doing it. Like, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't. I feel like cocaine. It's too stressful. I don't like it, so I don't do cocaine.
I don't
It's
do
like
anything.
most of his day consists of weed, cocaine, Chivas Royale, and a lot of other shit.
And he's a legend. And also, he's a living legend because Hunter S. Thompson is still alive
He is, thankfully.
because of
Oh,
drugs.
hey, talking of Yeah. Hey, talking of directors, you guys hear about that new movie Del Toro's working on?
I have not, no.
From what I hear, it's supposed to be a Western-style werewolf movie.
Oh,
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
You ever seen how cocaine is made? Yeah, I do research these things. Also, Gordon Ramsay had a series on it.
It's made using the leaves of the coca plant, right?
Yeah, but then they do a whole lot of things to it that it's this all natural thing that's done with the leaves of the coca plant. Yeah, but they also use like jet fuel in the production process. So it's not quite as green as it might seem.
I mean, instead of jet fuel, you could use like just Everclear or some shit.
I didn't quite catch that.
I said instead of jet fuel, you could use something like Everclear or some shit.
I don't know. I'm not a chemist.
It's grain alcohol.
I'm not sure what the chemistry of creating doing cocaine is, making cocaine. To be honest, so I don't know.
Don't look at me. I'm the son of a geologist, not the son of a chemist.
being the son of something doesn't make you an it's like
well,
people
no,
that
but
say,
here's the
"I'm a
thing, though,
mother."
right?
Being a
Okay.
mother does not mean you're good with children.
Okay,
I
here's
know
I'm
that.
a biologist. I fucking hate biology.
So here's the thing: if your parents are a thing, you probably do have a certain advantage doing that thing, because you were exposed to concepts of it early in your life. If your parents educated you that way, what the fuck, dude?
It's the Spider Girls.
What the fuck?
It's the Arachne.
Apropos NaNoWriMo, what's going on with Betty? Well, so kind of after the breakup early this year, I sort of stopped writing a little bit, but I have gotten back in the saddle a couple months ago, and let's just say things are going well. And you should be expecting some major presence in December when it comes to Who is Betty as a channel. So it's not a dead project. It is actually very much being worked on. I'm just trying to focus on the novel in NaNoWriMo. So.
Well, the guy that writes Hunter x Hunter takes like long hiatuses.
Yeah, but like it says on the Who is Betty channel page, oh, there's 2 new stories every month, and it's that hasn't been true for a while.
So is the author of Berserk, but that isn't going to stop people from bitching.
Yeah, I'm gonna next year. I'm not gonna run it that way anymore. I'm gonna maybe do 1 story a month because I'm trying to write more novellas, and I'm trying to not work 12 hours a day mainly. That's one of the things that I'm pretty passionate about, is that I maybe have maybe 2 days a month that I can take off.
I'm an expert at not working. Just ask my work colleagues.
Currently, I'm working like 4 to 8 hours a day, but that comes with the sacrifice of working like 6 days a week.
Damn. Yeah, I would probably like it the other way around more.
Yeah, well, I gotta pay my rent, and if I go full-time, I'll probably be working only 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Which will be nice.
I fucking struggle to make it to uni 1 day a week.
Oh, dude, when I was going to uni, it was exactly the same for me. Though I do go to uni 1 day a week to play, like, pen and paper.
I want to start going to school, but I gotta wait till I got the money.
I never went to uni.
It's so messed up that you just need so
idea.
much money for that shit.
Yeah. The main problem in Australia is the rent, because you can chuck the actual cost of uni onto your HEX debt, which is pretty neat.
But what's its cost on your sanity and stress? Basically, is proven
That's
to
the
age you
real
faster.
cost.
Like, imagine going to uni. You understand that immortality might become a thing, but you stress yourself so much that you actually shorten your lifespan so you don't reach it.
Wait, there's a NaNoWriMo site?
Alright, so you want to be born on a leap year and not go to uni to live as long as possible.
Yeah, man.
Okay, also, 9,500 word short stories, we're gonna need a lot of drugs. Here's the trick to being good at taking drugs, is don't take a lot of drugs, and whenever you've taken a drug, have a lot of time pass until you take that drug again, and have at least some time pass until you take another drug. Spend most of your time sober. This is very important if you want to be good at taking drugs. But spend most of your time sober and make it so your drug habits do not interfere. Don't form drug habits, first of all, but make it so they don't interfere with your professional and personal life. It's like being good at taking drugs requires discipline.
Well, it's like Winston Churchill, actually. He drank a lot of alcohol, but he was not an alcoholic.
Well, I mean, you know.
Because he had a lot of food with it as well, and he was very disciplined with it. He actually just
he's
hating alcoholics.
Doesn't really look like he was very disciplined. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think he's got anything on
He
Otto von
actually
Bismarck.
played the image up because he liked the image that it gave. Because honestly, it's like imagine you fighting the Nazis, right? And they hate the fact that you're such an alcoholic. You play it up because it's like trolling them.
I mean, that does sound like something that Winston Churchill would have done, yeah.
Honestly, in my opinion, though, he's got nothing on Otto von Bismarck. I drink a bottle of champagne at breakfast and smoke 3 cigars at once.
Fuck yeah, Bismarck.
Honestly, rescuing France was probably just to retake the champagne. He really liked it.
Bismarck was a badass.
Well, he made Germany, didn't he?
He did kind of make Germany, that's true, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine Germany under Austrians? Yeah.
I mean, I like Austrians, but... Time without drugs, I can't even pass that sentence. See, that's where we veer into problematic territory. I'm not a fan of, like, mood-improving drugs, for instance. Because even though I get severely depressed very often, though not as much as I used to, I feel like I haven't been truly depressed in a couple months. I really do not want to depend on those.
Then you look up politics and it sends you spiraling back down.
Actually, at this point, it's mostly just humorous.
Clown World.
It's like, I don't even drink a lot. I drink maybe 3 times a month. If you don't like count like the occasional... Well, actually, no, if you do count the occasional beer, even then, I drink maybe 3 to 4 times a month.
I think I'm running out of Halloween stuff to post.
Yeah, it's just a 40k picture.
Well, for all the 40k is a nightmare to me. I would not want to live in it. I would rather die.
Yeah, most people wouldn't.
Honestly, if you want to spot a fascist, like this is towards the leftist community. If you want to spot an actual fascist, ask if they want to live in 40k. If they say yes, shoot them.
There are people who are like, oh, I'm gonna live in these fucking grimdark universes. They're so weird to me. Because, like, you wouldn't survive for 10 minutes in, like, fucking the Shadowrun world or the 40k universe. You would just die.
Yeah, being in 40k
Hey, you know what?
would be cool if you were an uber rich noble or like an uber powerful psyker.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's just gonna be garbage.
Which, like, I always think about, like, when I think about, like, fictional universes, if I wanted to live in there, what would be, like, the station that I was born into, what would be comparable to it in that universe? And I'm like the bastard child of a one-night stand who grew up between, like, their grandparents and various court cases and mostly in a boys' home.
So a Goomba.
So I'm gonna say most fictional universes they're not the greatest place for me to be.
I mean, people
If I
like say,
get
I'd
born
like
into
to
a
live in the
comparative
Pokemon
station.
world. It's like, have you read the Pokedex entries? You'd be fried.
I don't want to live in Pokemon either. I want to live in Mass Effect. Except that, I mean, if they don't have the whole, like, Reapers thing, that would be pretty cool.
You teleport into Mass Effect universe only to hear.
Ah, god damn it!
I mean, you can always join the Alliance for a quick paycheck.
I like that they just give you free gene therapy. What is happening? Oh, so a friend of mine just texted me and he told me that I'm supposed to greet all of you from Yannick.
What the fuck is a Yannick?
Ah, Yavik, whoever the fuck you are.
So just to let y'all know that you are being greeted by Yannick.
Hello, human.
Hey, talking to 40K, right? There's this idea I've been playing around with in the back of my head for a couple of days. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like fully flesh it out or anything, but it was this idea I had for like a world setting thing. I was like kind of inspired by Warhammer 40K, but it uses more of actual history. And on top of that, it goes with the premise that Dante Alighieri wasn't just a poet writing fan fiction, but rather was a prophet, and all of like the Inferno and the Divine Comedy, all that stuff is true.
Doesn't sound too bad.
I'm currently thinking of what fictional universe would I want to live in if it was just me.
You know, I'm currently
Mass
reading the
Effect.
40K Commissar Kane books, and I love it because Commissar Kane is just like a charisma 20 guy that just doesn't want to die. And he just tries to get into the safest positions possible. It always ends up getting thrown into some bullshit.
You know, the irony is the safest place to be would probably be the Dragon Ball universe, because you will be wished back.
Will you though? If it's just some random dude.
Well, even then, the Dragon Ball world has an afterlife.
Well,
Like, it's
Adrian,
something you can
Adrian, I think
guarantee.
you're referring to Yanni, actually. So just to make that clear, it's probably Yanni you're talking about. Star Trek. Oh, Star Trek would be a great fucking fiction. I mean, I don't like the
Yeah.
clothes.
A simulator.
Holodecks and replicators.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope. There's not a lot of fictional universes that are just nice places to live. Because it's not interesting, obviously, but like, you know.
Best thing about
You know-
living in
You
Star
know
Trek?
what place actually looks kind of nice, like how the game actually plays aside? The world of Final Fantasy 15 actually seems like, why am I saying, yeah, or was it 15 or the one with Noctis in it anyway? The
15.
world actually seems chill.
It's been invaded, for Christ's sake.
Okay, so
I mean,
somebody's
I'm
asking me,
aside.
hello, Berg, I'm writing a fiction book. Any tips for writing and publishing? So imagine if you go to your local doctor and ask, hey, I want to become a medical professional. You got any tips on being a doctor? That doesn't work. I can give you the advice of write. Just write, even if you're not inspired, write shit. Especially if you're not inspired. You're not a poet. Just write. You can fix everything later. That's the only advice I can give that is unspecific enough.
Who the fuck can't die?
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out real quick.
People that answer similar questions, in what universe would you like to live in? And it's like, who the fuck would want to live in fucking Game of Thrones? Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that would be the fucking worst, man.
It's like, oh yeah, I'd like to regress 200 years in technology.
Yeah, it would definitely be a science fiction universe. I mean, that's not even a question.
Yeah. Oh, but like, best thing about going to Star Trek is it's in the future. Cyberpunk 2070 is out, and like 20 Elder Scrolls games.
You can probably play Elder Scrolls on the holodeck.
Yeah. Just go to Star Trek and just spend all your time catching up on the thousands of games that have released since.
I feel like that's kind of cheating, though. I don't know.
God, these people are giving me no.
The Elder Scrolls. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Okay, compared to what you
Also,
play,
why-
Elder
also
Scrolls is
Halo?
the same as Game of Thrones. It's like you'll probably die from a random bandit and a disease that can't be cured.
Like, there's nothing that would.
If you went into Game of Thrones or like Elder Scrolls, you would probably infect all of them with literally all the diseases we are now immune to.
Yeah, but we're assuming that we're born into that universe. That's like.
I'm thinking temporal nexus.
Try high fantasy setting
What
based
if
on
you're
70s.
like, oh, what if you're like, oh, I want to go to Star Trek? You go to Star Trek, but it's long before. It's like now. Star
It's
Trek
just
started.
no difference.
So it's completely the same. Oh, in that case, going to 40k would be fine too.
I mean, yeah, probably. But Asimov's Foundation universe, I've not actually read Foundation. I listened to like the audiobook,
do have Killer Disc.
but I always fell asleep during it because the audio quality is a bit shit. So yeah, I want to go to a science fiction universe where you can just be immortal.
Oh fuck yeah.
But one that isn't like the Revelation space universe, because that one's dark as shit.
You end up in the Batman universe. You are Ra's al Ghul.
Hell
Lazarus
yeah,
Pit.
dude.
What's everyone's opinion of living in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, depending on
Yeah,
where.
that wouldn't be horrible.
And
Star
then you're
Wars,
drafted
yeah.
into a random war.
Well, fuck.
Star Wars is pretty nice.
Compared to
I mean, hey, if you
other
lose your
sci-fi
limb,
stuff.
get a robot one.
They have toilets.
Mm.
This is an important consideration for me.
They also have food and alcohol, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
You travel to Star Trek universe, get caught with Romulan ale. Like, is that even enforced in that universe? Like, Romulan ale is illegal. Literally, everyone has Romulan ale.
I mean,
It's like weed.
President of Russia, when it was during the Cold War, got Coke from the U.S. So Coca-Cola, I mean, not cocaine.
Oh,
Like they
That's
made
The
less-
Isaac Arthur universe.
Like, they
Well,
designed
hell
it to
yeah,
be
my
clear.
dude.
so people would think it's water or vodka, and you just get secretly shipped to it. And
Chris just sent $5 and asked when we will finish reading Super Smash Brothers Mission from God. I just remembered that I should probably do that, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that next month, like in November. Like this month, in my time, actually. Like in November, I'm gonna do that. What about the Mario universe? Well, I actually want to be able to use words, so... I'm pretty good at them.
Oh, occasionally some of the characters can scream like Mario.
Yeah, I don't want to be running around screaming "Burgerkrieg" like a fucking invalid.
I mean, you could always go to the Zelda universe, and I mean, you'd be able to write out what you say.
Burgerkrieg with the old extended canon, the new Disney canon. If you live in the Star Wars universe, I feel like with the old extended canon, with like the I don't know, I don't see the difference because I would just be some random bloke. So
You know what would be
Oh
funny?
yeah.
In
Some
fact,
random
no,
bloke
you know
on
what would be
Alderaan.
better? As long as I can use my own deck, the universe from Yu-Gi-Oh. Because
Yeah, pretty much.
Card game.
You'd have to watch out though, because everyone fucking cheats.
Yeah, but they all
Oh,
use
if I could be a
trashy
planeswalker, maybe the Magic the Gathering universe. That would be cool.
decks. Yeah, and then you get.
Well, in
fucked
Magic
over
the
by,
Gathering, though,
what
you
do
gotta
call it?
take into consideration that there's multiple settings. Like, I'm talking hundreds at this point.
Oh yeah, but that's the point. They're different worlds, and if you're a planeswalker, you travel between them.
That is true, yeah.
That's one of the things that I actually really like about Magic the Gathering. What about Sonic High School? Internet Historian already did like the best possible rendition of that could be made, so I couldn't. I don't know
Multiple
how I would.
actors and an animation.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't surpass that.
What about Eve universe? Because aren't you technically immortal there?
Oh yeah, actually, if you got to be like not like most people are not. Like the Empyreans are insanely rich. Like you have to what's the money again in Eve?
Plex.
No, not Plex.
Credits, I think?
No, it's not credits. They have a specific name. But like fucking even simple the I don't know, the cheapest chips will run you like fucking 50,000 or so of that. And like one of the currency can set up an entire family for a lifetime. So that's about the amount of money that these fucking capsuleers have. They are the absolute top 1% of the top 1% of the Eve universe.
Hey, you know, that reminds me, talking of Eve, right? Anyone here familiar with a channel called Economics Explained?
I have not heard of that channel, no.
Go check him out sometime. He's got a video that it examines the GDP of Eve and even uses it as an example to talk about automation in industry.
I love how fucking Eve works in terms of the economics of it. It's pretty great. I wish there were more games like Eve, but the problem I think I know why there's not more games like Eve, because if you like there's this, I don't know who said this, but like MMOs exist on like this spectrum from theme park to sandbox, and basically the only game that's on the sandbox end of the spectrum is Eve Online, right? So the problem is that if you go, oh, I want to make an MMO, it's much safer to make a theme park MMO because you don't actually need a lot of people playing it for it to be enjoyable for the people that play it. Whereas Eve, all of the content in Eve is based solely on player, like not all of it, but like mostly it's just player interaction. That is what makes Eve into Eve. And it's incredibly time intensive, and if like fewer people were playing Eve, the economy wouldn't work anymore.
Ironically enough, I think you could say the same thing to an extent about RuneScape, and the reason I say that is the role-playing.
I've not played RuneScape ever, so I couldn't comment on that.
I played for like, I want to say maybe 7-8 years, and that's the main reason I even kept playing for as long as I did.
I can tell you where I wouldn't want to go. Gotham.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
fuck
mean,
no.
that sounds pretty reasonable.
Someone just... I'm sick of looking it up. No one's giving a sensible answer on the internet. And it's like someone says, oh, I'd like to live in Gotham. It's like, why? You'd probably end up dying from some Joker gas.
Definitely that is what would happen.
Or your entire insurance would be ruined because Batman drove through your fucking front door.
Okay, you want to know something like talking about that, right? That brings up something that was interesting. Like, before Spider-Man Homecoming came out, I actually had this whole thing where I was thinking, if I lived in the Marvel Universe, right? One of the things I'd probably try to do was start a construction company, because think about it. These superheroes and supervillains are fighting together, destroying shit almost every fucking day. Somebody's got to fix it. Might as well make some cash.
Yep.
This
But
is
the
not
reason
wrong.
but they went into it in that movie why that didn't work, because basically what happened was the government was contracting all the construction jobs for clean up those kinds of messes out to a Shield subsidiary.
This sounds
And like the main villain of the movie, right? What he was he was a head of a construction company that was doing that. It was cleaning up some of the work, and when he got chucked out of it along with his company, they basically turned to selling alien artifacts that they recovered from the construction site as a way to pay for their families.
Okay.
And that was like the whole premise of the movie. And I just found that an interesting angle that it went down.
Is this a Marvel or a DC movie?
Marvel. It was the first Spider-Man movie they made.
Because, yeah, I was like, because like Shield is a Marvel thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I've never been a huge fan of like comic books. I always found these like people running around in spandex a bit ridiculous. I mean, they're cool. Superheroes are cool, but like at the same time, they're also a bit. I don't really find them too interesting. I find superpowers interesting, but not superheroes necessarily.
I mean, then again, I'm more of a fan of heroes like Iron Man and Punisher, so...
Punisher's an anti-hero.
Would you want to live in the MGS universe, Burger? Probably not. It sounds pretty dystopian.
That's just like now, but with more threat of nuclear war.
Yeah.
The
so
thing
no.
is that, no, the threat of nuclear war probably is there. We just don't know about it because they're not letting you know because of panic.
Oh yeah.
You know what I want to live in? I want to live in the...
What is this shit, dude? How is OK Boomer having snapped? If Gen Z had snapped, they would have fucking killed all the boomers, motherfucker. God damn.
Yeah, I think Gen Z snapping is the extinction climate change protests.
Yeah, that is maybe fucking snapping. Not saying OK Boomer. God damn. Marks the end of friendly generational relations. Oh yeah, because it was so nice all this time when fucking boomers were calling God. Dude, don't. This is. I have to go piss now because this is making me so angry. God, fucking damn it!
Imagine getting so pissed you actually
That
need
you
to
have to piss. Yeah.
And you know what universe I want to live in? The Civ universe.
I do. Oh. Why? You're ruled by an immortal dictator, and you're probably going to get nuked.
By
Only
Gandhi.
if Gandhi's involved. Only if Gandhi's involved.
Still, though, there's probably like
No, the actual
pretty
Civ
good
universe,
chance of...
like the canonical Civ universe is actually just one large room with all the workers in it having a conversation and then an argument, and then Gandhi starts bringing out spears.
Do you guys remember the Forever War on Reddit?
Oh yeah, what was it like? Civ 3?
It was Civ 2. A guy was playing Civ 2 off and on for like 10 years, and he was locked in a eternal war with himself, the Vikings, and America.
And then like they all gave him advice, and he actually started pushing back for the first time in years.
Yeah, and for a brief while there was like a challenge where it's like, how quickly could you like fix all of this? And I think the record is like 47 turns. And it's just like basically the rule is just pump out engineers.
Man, I hope I can get a good deal on Black Friday because I want to get myself a gaming PC because I haven't done that.
I absolutely despise everything that Black Friday stands for.
You just don't like it because when it came over to your country, it turned from, oh, you guys are making fun of us to you act just like us.
No, that's what humans act like.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it.
So here's a conundrum I just have been dealing with for a while. You know how damn and goddamn sounds better than damn and goddamn? So I say these things with an American accent now, but it's very difficult because it doesn't fit into my usual parlance. People get confused by it, and also I don't feel like it's the perfect way to communicate, but it just sounds so much better.
I don't use those words for that purpose. I usually end up talking Polish when I'm pissed off.
Pierdol.
Yeah.
I mean, I mainly yell in Spanish when I do, but, you know.
I only use
say-
damn if it's preceded by God fucking.
But no, in Australian it sounds good. So good again if you go damn. That's the same. It's
Alright,
the,
guys, I'm gonna have to mute for a minute because I gotta go get food.
Well,
Nice.
my family, it's like the word that jumps to my head when something goes wrong is Jesus Christ, and we're atheist. And I think it's
Jesus Christ works with a Brit. Oh, fucking yellow cheese and iron fronter here. Hello there. But Jesus Christ works in British also. So you go, Jesus
it's like
Christ.
my dad'll say it when he watches like Valentino Rossi fly off the bike,
No idea who that is.
motorbike, MotoGP.
You say Jesus Christ, I say motherfucker.
It's too long. The word's too long.
Compared to Jesus Christ?
Attention all professional drivers, if you are done
Oh,
fueling,
sorry
please
about
move
that.
to the white line if you're going to be in the store longer than
You can't say-
What is
you can't say
happening?
Jesus-
Tell her to get back in the kitchen.
Okay, let me explain myself. I'm in an IHOP that's shared with a truck stop about 20 miles north of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, I'm gonna find this IHOP on Google Maps now.
Okay, go to Nashville,
Nashville.
and you'll see it.
I have
you'll
to.
see
I'm actually have to gonna do it on Earth because Google Maps doesn't allow you to use the ruler unless you do a My Maps thing.
Okay.
Nashville.
Yeah. So, and then just search for Love's Travel.
No! Don't tell me.
Oh.
20 miles, you say?
Yeah, north of Nashville on
20
Highway
miles.
65.
Oh boy.
North
Live
of
doxing.
Okay. Now I must Google IHOP.
It's gonna be an IHOP Express.
Oh, IHOP Express. Well, there's only one in White House, Tennessee. Search. This one appears to be also about 20 miles out. In a town that isn't quite designated. Let's measure. In a town that appears to be called White House.
Oh yeah, I am in White House.
Yes,
That's
I
the
have
name of
found
the-
your
that-
IHOP.
Yeah.
Missiles away.
Yes, hello, Mr. Obama. Yeah, I have a terrorist. He's intent. Oh no, you're not the president anymore? Okay, I should deal with the guy who did Abu Bakr. Okay, I'm gonna call him up too. Okay, Mr. President. Oh, you're doing cocaine. You're just doing cocaine right now because you're watching Fox. Okay, well I'll call you later, mate. Well, you're not getting swatted. That's the good news.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if Trump walked out to a press conference and he had like white powder under his nose?
It's he 100% does just shit tons of drugs. I mean, most presidents do, but like this one is.
It's why they look like they've all aged 20 years after the fact, whereas British prime ministers just come in looking the same because we can't afford that luxury.
As if British prime ministers didn't do fucking drugs.
They do, but they can't afford as much. That
Can you
would
get
wrap-
cowboy hats in that gas station IHOP?
They actually have a they do have cowboy hats. They also have medieval knight helmets and also steampunk hats.
Ooh,
I'll take a
That's
picture of
really
them
cool.
and post them later.
I'm gonna post a picture of that IHOP right now.
Actually, you know, I'll go take a picture of it right now. I could just walk over.
I have
you
Google.
can't dox me if I dox myself first.
You know, your viewer
I'm
count
gonna
is
mute
probably
myself.
double what it usually is on the Krieg burger.
Yeah, that's a bad thing, I would argue, because this is not like a good, entertaining format for anything.
Yeah, no.
This
When
just
do we get to the N-word?
this just sucks dick, and no one should actually ever watch it.
I still think Burger should run a wrestling promotion.
Well,
The
who-
Burger versus Stardust.
Oh, fuck yes.
Actually, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think I say this every Fast Food Thursday, but fucking Jim Sterling is still my favorite Gamergator, and I actually unironically like
He
Jim
needs-
Sterling.
Yeah,
I
same.
like Jim, but he needs to lose weight, like for his own good. Like it's a
Well, yeah,
little on the
but, like,
unhealthy side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is
Like,
this
you
the
know-
IHOP
you
that you're in
notice-
though?
You notice it though when he's in all that fucking spandex doing the
Yeah.
Stardust. Oh my god.
I
Why
made,
do
I
people still
fucking-
watch Gamergators like it's 2019?
There's
Soon
being
2020.
thick, and then there's being like
No, the joke is that Jim Sterling was one of the biggest anti-Gamergators. That's the joke.
Oh, wait.
But he espouses all of the same points that Gamergators did. Also, Ironfront, you are muted in case you're trying to talk. But this, I think I posted a picture of the. Why do you sell this? Why do you sell like Roman centurion helmets in like a gas station? What does America come to?
Why the fuck not? Holy shit.
That is
Yeah,
actually a good
it's-
point.
The steampunk hats are actually pretty popular. I actually see truck
Yeah,
drivers
fuck yeah. I want
with
one.
them.
it's because they have a large population.
But this is the IHOP you're in, right? The one that I posted a picture of?
Yeah, that's the one I'm in.
Hell yeah, dude. I am
Yes.
essentially a detective.
You're
see
basically
that person-
4chan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am
that person
yeah.
working the counter isn't working there right now. It's some lady.
This is interesting. And I mean, obviously I know why you're there.
Yeah, just because of work. But yeah,
To
it's-
solicit gay sex from furries. No, I know you're like a pro. This looks like a nice sort of like not too close to the road type parking lot where you can like it's probably not, I don't know how much of a problem that is for like truckers that parking lots are loud and you can't sleep there because they're next to the highway.
It's not so much that they're next to the highway, is that other trucks are there and they're running they're idling their engines
Okay, but why
The
would
only
they
time-
do that?
for heat.
Heating.
For,
Okay, that
and
makes
air
sense.
conditioning. Like if you're like in Phoenix, it's 115 degrees outside. You're gonna run your truck to keep the air conditioner going. And then in the wintertime, it's the same thing.
So it doesn't actually make as much of a difference that you have like a nice tree line isolating you from the highway.
No, if anything, that tree line is isolating the truck stop from all the other places around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is actually a nice little area. I went over to the Walmart, and bought a thing, and then came back. My life is really boring on the road.
But that I sometimes like I think I miss the simplicity of having a kind of job like that. Even though I never had, I did have one like for a while where I just sold strawberries and shit. But like, it's when I work, it's just all work, and every minute that I don't work is basically a minute that I lose money. But you're around, and you could just hang out, see things for a bit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And while I'm working, I can like what I often do while I'm working is I put on podcasts or audiobooks, and
Yeah.
though I assume most people can do that at work.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Walmart Supercenter right now.
Yeah, there's a GameStop there. There's like a not in the Walmart, but like at the end of the parking lot.
So let's see if that is accurate. Oh yeah, I see a picture of the GameStop. It's next to a Los Agaves Mexican grill. I fucking love the internet so much. And there's an Arby's nearby, and a McDonald's, and a White House Family Dental Care. Listen, it's the best dental care you ever get. I always do Bernie Sanders when I try to do Trump, and I don't know why.
There we go.
Because the
All right,
truth is,
I am back.
they are
Is
the
there
same.
a Waffle House nearby?
Yeah.
I can actually. I think I'm gonna go into Street View to check this. Hello, Street View.
This is something that's something I
there
actually
is no
do a lot
Street
in
View
Street
here.
View. I'll do Street View of places like in Russia or like what's really cool is that you can like look up a place like in the middle of Africa and they won't have Street View, but somebody will have been there with a 360-degree camera and they uploaded the picture.
It is honestly like a brilliant resource as a writer, because you can just put, there's a Waffle House here, because you could just put in so many like interesting details, and you can actually like see what some place in the world looks like, and you don't have to rely on like some hyper fictionalized description. And there's a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh hell yeah! This place has everything.
And there's an AT&T. What?
Oh,
AT&T. That's just a store where you go to.
Lean Dangerous dropped the fucking £6.
It's a store where they sell mattresses. It's a disabled parking spot. What else do we have here?
I'm glad you find joy I'm glad you find an interest in the mundane things like I do.
Oh,
I do the same
fucking
thing.
mundane things are the best. There's a Mexican bar and grill across from you.
Mm-hmm.
A motel. Yeah.
That bar and grill
Have you
do
ever seen-
michelada?
Have you ever
No,
seen the Jolly Green Giants?
No, I've only heard the term.
If you go to Blue Earth, Minnesota, and type in Jolly Green's giant statue, you'll see like this 30-foot tall statue of a giant green man.
I'm gonna do that right now.
I think it's 30 feet tall. I'm not.
I remember what I was coming back from the Hamburg airport and going to Kiel once. And I was talking to an American guy who was there with his family, and he was asking if we had roadside attractions. And that to me, like, no. Why? What is that? What is a roadside attraction?
That's something my state is actually famous for because we have both the world famous Wall Drug store and the world famous Corn Palace.
Yeah, and it's that kind of shit that I have doubt that it does not exist in Germany. He is actually green. Like what? You drive down the road to get from one point to the other, not to like be interrupted by the third biggest ball of yarn in the county.
Well, it's like Americans, when we travel and we go and do touristy things, the most popular way and the cheapest way is with a road trip. And we're not only about the destination but also the journey, or that's how it used to be.
No, what you do is you pick out a place, and then you get a vacation that's pre-planned from you in a vacation catalog. Then you get transported there and engage in the activities that the specialists have planned out for you on a tight schedule that has been created by people who understand how vacationing works, because they do it for a living.
And then you fly it back, gets cancelled.
We in the States do not do such stuff. We do it the hard way.
What is a road trip? It's like, I love that people just go, like, we're driving to Hamburg, which is like barely a bit more than 100 kilometers, and they'll go, oh, road trip! And it's like, no, we're just driving to a nearby city. That's what's happening. We're not doing a road trip.
I think only really America has proper road trips.
Yeah, like when I was in high school, we would road trip up to Winnipeg, Canada, and that's like 500 miles away. And we would road trip up there. This was before you needed a passport to cross the border. And we would road trip up to Winnipeg because you could get booze when you're 18.
Honestly, though, I think road trips as a concept have started dying out since oil became like more expensive.
Bro, fuck driving.
Yeah, man, fly.
Fucking sky trip.
I mean, if you have a Harrier, it'd be possible.
Yeah, this was like back when a gallon of gas was like $1.10.
Damn,
So-
no, I want to see America. I want to see the America as I imagined it would be when I was a child.
Bro, could you imagine if you had have just stockpiled on oil back then?
It would go off. Oil actually expires over time.
Fuck.
See, Burger, it's like, what was your imagination? Like, what did you imagine America?
I mean, it depends. Like, I always knew that America was a pretty diverse place, but it was the. I mean, these kinds of areas do exist in Germany also, but it was just the endless cornfields, and the city. It's very difficult to describe. So I have this thing.
See, what you're thinking of mainly is over in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's probably the thing that I imagine most America being is the Midwest. But for me, I have this thing called The Other Place, which is more a feeling than it is an actual place in my imagination. It's just that certain fictional locales that exist only in my head exude that kind of energy. And for some reason... It's what?
That's like a very Rider-esque thing.
Yeah, it very much is. And it's one of those places does feel like it's maybe in the Midwest. It's just like it's but it actually looks more like a European town, but it's in these like endless cornfields.
So Ukraine.
And there's like hot air balloons going in the distance.
See, I have something similar, and it actually, Lovecraft of all people actually wrote a story about this thing. It's the Dream Quest of Unknown Kada. Well, he never finished that story. The Golden City that was taken away from him, from the main character, the protagonist, is actually his hometown of Providence. And what Nyarlathotep says at the end is that your golden city, your perfect city, is the city you grew up in, the city of your dreams. That's like an amalgamation of
that's not.
you've been to.
I see what you mean, but that's not what The Other Place is for me. Like for me, the other, like the feeling is like it's a whole world, and there's a lot of very different things that make up The Other Place. Like there's a hut in the middle of the forest. And the sky is very bright, and there's a stream going by it. Very shallow, but still somehow very like intense.
I know where
stream.
this is. This is Hyrule.
No. And it's mostly, the riverbed is mostly pebbles, and the water is very clear. That's part of the other place. There's a supernaturally dark forest, and in the middle of it, there's just, I mean, it's a house, but it's a very tall house made out of like bricks, and the ground floor of it is really just, it's not even heated.
By any chance, if you turn around, is there static and your vision gets blurred?
No, it's this like the other place. I sometimes dream about the other place, especially about this house. And so this house is starting on the first floor. It has like, even though it's in the middle of this forest, that it's just the ground is completely like flat. There's no hills or anything, and it's very just dense. There's a lot of trees there. There's no tree cover. It's just the gnarled wood of like very straight trees that don't even have any leaves on them, and it's very cold there. And the ground is sort of grey.
So a village.
No, there's no village. There is no village.
So
It is just this house. And this house is like 8 stories high.
So is this by any chance Hiroshima on 6th of August?
No, not in the slightest. And this house is 8 stories high. It's made of dark brick, and starting on the first floor, it's actually very nice on the inside, because it's got like very warm wood paneling and like lamps that look like gas lamps, and there's a lot of people in there that I like. And somewhere down out in that forest, there's a group of riders that are trying to find the house, but they can't, and we're trying to guide them there. And this house turns up in my dreams very often.
What indie horror movie is this?
I really want,
Oh, it's
like,
a
I
house
would
in the
love
woods.
if
It's a
my
cabin.
dreams had, like,
Yeah, I was about to say
Some
that sounds
sort
a lot
of-
like a cabin in the woods.
common thing.
I mean, it's very
Careful,
rare
that
that
one
my
minute
dreams
is
transport me to the other place. And it's like the other place is not one place. It's like it's a whole world of places, and I sometimes get a glimpse of it.
It's actually really cool.
And it's like I can describe these things to you, but I cannot describe the feeling of the other place.
I'm kind of getting a feeling from it.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting it. It's sort of like your, I guess it's just like your dream place.
I don't know if it's necessarily my dream place, but it is a place in my
Yeah.
dreams. And it has a lot of nice corners.
My dream world is just a cave full of books.
See, yeah, my dream place is more along what Lovecraft was describing, because mine is like a mashup of like Mainz, Germany, with Heidelberg, Germany, with Portland, Oregon, and like with Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's just a mashup of completely different cities, and it's all like chaotic, but also works, and that's like where things happen in my dreams.
I do like those
Well, gentlemen, while I've enjoyed, I must bid you adieu because very soon I have to work.
See you around, my man. Then
Epic.
Good luck, dude.
It's been 2 hours.
Epic.
it's like I don't know. I also like these like amalgam hometown dreams. Those are also cool, though they don't feel the same way that the other place does. They have they have like a different like home feeling to them that I don't actually get anywhere. Sometimes there is actually some places in the other place where I feel like it's home. I am still looking for the place in the world where I will go there and I will feel that it is home.
Fuck, now I'm gonna have an existential crisis. Oh, fuck.
Hey, at least your dreams don't involve like just fighting. That's it.
Oh, that happens also, but that's
only ones I
not
keep
most
track of.
dreams.
That's
I've-
the only ones I remember.
I'm a bit worried because in the last 3 dreams I've had, I've just been bullied more and more.
In your dream?
Yeah,
Even
I'm
your
just
your
getting
brain
progressively
is telling you.
more bullied every dream.
Old trauma, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it might be.
Sounds like your inner mind has a little bit of a message for you. Just wants to call you a punk kid.
It took my dad until like the age of 60 to find the place he called home, and it ended up being Sandpoint, Idaho, which is at the northern tip of Idaho. And it's a gorgeous place, but it took him nearly his entire life to find it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting place because there's a lake that sort of wraps around a mountain and also wraps around the town. And it's so deep that there's a Navy base there that they use to test acoustics.
Shit, bro.
So they have like submarines in this lake because the lake is so isolated from everything else.
I think the place I've felt most at home at is the fucking Brisbane Warhammer store.
I do feel like the place where I would feel at home might be in Australia or New Zealand. I don't feel like it's in Europe, although sometimes I do. I feel like there's some places in Europe where it might be. I had this dream about this neighborhood that was in a city, but it was like not directly in the center of the city. And they all, we had all decided on a theme by which to decorate the neighborhood. And it was pretty nice because it was a nice neighborhood to live in.
It sounds like a black neighborhood where the decorations are everyone's blood.
I was about to say this sounds like a homeowners association.
No, but it was very informal. We would have a Discord server. But the nice thing about this neighborhood is that when I looked out the window, I could see skyscrapers.
Oh, neat.
It was the only place in Europe that I've seen. Oh, actually, the only two places that I've seen like that in Europe are London and Frankfurt. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man.
The only place I could feel home is on a space station overlooking Earth.
That would be nice.
Actually, I think we've been going for 2 hours now.
I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about at this point. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just got here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I am gonna end the stream now. Thank you all very much for watching.
Nah.
Epic.
And yeah, happy Halloween and all that. See you around,
Happy
cunts.